Oh, Mike jumped off. What's going on, people? What's going on? It's your boy, the therapist ATL. Man, listen, I got a special show for y'all this evening. We also got a special guest, man. But before I get to that, this is the ATL Sports End Game, where we ask you the question, what's the end game? Man, listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the Therapist ATL 78 on YouTube and the Therapist ATL on X. But to my left, y'all know this man as the man behind the scenes. It's his Emperor Palpatine. Mad Mike Sports. Mad Mike, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
And right below me, man, if y'all don't know, y'all should know. This man right here is what I call King Pineapple Man. He hails from the great state of Hawaii all the way over to Maryland in the lower 48. This is my man, my brother, man, J Rock. J Rock, what's going on? AKA the Twitch guy. What up, bruh?
What's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's it? Was it?
Hey man, throw that fire in the chat for J Rock, man. He's one of the family, man. He's the one behind the scenes doing all of the intricate stuff. So, like you said, if you guys like Twitch, if y'all like games, make sure you check my brother out, J Rock. At the end of the show, don't forget to drop your link, man, so they can get out. Cause I checked you out, man. Y'all playing them games is wild, bro. Y'all playing
Yeah,
them
I
games
gotta
is wild.
I gotta get on there. I know I took some time away from it just to get things going. I am approaching 10 years on Twitch, so I'm
Ooh.
definitely gonna celebrate that going into March. So yeah, I started the whole Twitch thing when I was 20 years old. So I'm 30 now, so I'm about to celebrate 10 years on Twitch. So it's gonna be a good one. I got merch coming out for myself that I'm gonna be pushing out in New Year's. And yeah, I've been here and there in the chat sometimes, but I've just been focusing on the grind, just trying to get my life, twisted and turned around. So look forward to that. So yeah, if you're on Twitch, I'll definitely drop my link in there. But I'm celebrating 10 years on Twitch.
See, look, and we got a legend and a veteran in the house. But before we get to the topics, man, let me go ahead and shout out the people in the chat. We got in pole position, we got A137 Sauce. We said what's going on. We got Miss Maggie T, aka Miss Maggie Fontenot. What's going on? We got Georgia, Texas boy. We got Workflow Dre. We got Deshaun Caswell. He said stubborn or sabotage. We got Jay Holland. He said, "What's going on?" He said, "My guy, Hawaiian Punch." What's going on? We got Miss Kai. What's going on? We got Trauma Locks. We got Miss Sonia Howe. We got Hood J. What's going on? We got Driller Man. He said, "What's going on?" Look, like I said, man, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. But we're going to get to these topics tonight. Now, I'm gonna let y'all know if you got tender feelings. I don't know what to tell you. Take some Pepto Bismol. You might want a diaper because this gonna be a rough show. Nah, I'm just playing. We gonna get at you. We gonna make you think. But this topic right here is right for the senator, and I'm gonna definitely let him go off on this because y'all wanted it. We found it out. My man J Rock here blessed me with some interesting footage, but Mike's got a very interesting idea he wants to drop on you guys. The topic is Desmond Ritter's bad habit exposed. And I know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, he ain't it, this, that, and the other. And I welcome all the detractors, but tonight we about to educate y'all one last time on the reason why this young man has not lived up to the hype. Mike, go ahead, man. You got the floor.
Well, I've been watching a lot of film, and I told y'all from the very beginning, a lot of these issues because of the RPO. I've been saying this for about 5 years, about close to 5 years, that the RPO is the worst thing that ever happened to the NFL. It's because it dumbed down the position. These guys only look at one or two reads, and that's it. But look at this Ritter. The more that I look at what he's struggling with right now is not the fact that he can't read a defense. Um, he can process information. He's a great leader. good person. But the thing is with him, it's two things that I came away with is that what he's having a problem with is, and most of a lot of young quarterbacks are having the issue, but this is his major issue. Um, is going once he goes, he reads the defense. He's having a major problem coming off of that first initial read. All right. And most defensive coaches, they teach their thing is their philosophy is to take away your initial play. All right. So if a play is called to Julio Jones, most defensive coordinators are they're going to try to take a Julio Jones first. So the thing with Desmond Ritter, if that first read is to Kyle Pitts, he's looking at Kyle Pitts. And most defenses, they take him away. Well, he's having a problem get to that second and that third. So that's why a lot of times you see him and you say if you saw Mark Slater, he said he mentioned this earlier last week too, is that Desmond Ritter, he's having a problem coming off of that. Once he sees it, he throws it, even if it's not there, he's throwing it. He's making that decision to throw it. So it's not the fact that he's inaccurate. It's not the fact that he can't do these things. He's having a problem coming off that first read. And most young quarterbacks, at the quarterback position in its entirety, what makes quarterbacks great is their ability to make something off of that first initial read. You see it with Aaron Rodgers all the time. Aaron Rodgers, if you take away his first read, you see what he do. He'll scramble to the right, scramble to the left. I mean, sometimes he'll go 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll make a play. Well, that's the thing with Desmond Ritter. He doesn't believe and he's not confident in his legs. So as a coaching staff, they're in an awkward position because the last thing that this is something that he needed time to work on because this is what most young quarterbacks are struggling with is coming off of that initial read. You see it with Bryce Young, you see it with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence still struggling with that also, but most of the young quarterbacks are struggling trying to come off that first initial read. You see Patrick Mahomes, that's what he does best. When they take away that first play, improvise. Well, Desmond Ritter isn't great at improvising, and right now, this is something that as a coaching staff you can't stop. You can't stop the offense. You can't stop and in practice and say, "All right, Ritter, we're gonna work on these scramble drills in practice." Why? Because obviously he's the quarterback. He's the one that takes most of the snaps, 100% of the snaps for the most part when he's in the game. And then two, he's tired. You can't tell, all right, you can't, the offensive coordinator or the quarterback coach can't say, all right, coach, I know we had a 3 hour practice. I'm going to take Desmond Ritter and work out for the next 3 hours. Why? Because he's the starting fucking quarterback. He's going to get tired. All right. He's going to get tired. That's a lot of miles that you're going to have during the course of the season. And I know a lot of people are saying to themselves, like, all right, then why we got offensive coordinators? Well, he's still 25. He 20, he 26. Well, he's still young, but again, the quarterback, you can't take him out, especially if he's the starter. It makes that decision even more difficult because he's the starter. If he was the backup, if he was a quarterback as you saw this in preseason, it wouldn't be a big of an issue because he's a backup. All right. And this is what I'm saying. He's having a problem getting off of that first read and making the second, the third, and possibly even fourth. But that's what separates the great quarterbacks from the good and the bad. The bad quarterbacks have a major problem coming off that initial read. And this is what Desmond Ritter, that's why you see a lot of errant throws, is because most defenses are taking that first read away. And then Desmond, him not being comfortable coming off of that spot. That's another thing that I saw with Desmond Ritter. Once you get him off that spot, he doesn't react well. That's why you see against Carolina, all Carolina did was push the edges. All they did was hit the edges. They focused on attacking the edges that you saw in the first game with Brian Burns. He kept crashing. I think dude had like 2 sacks or something like that. But he kept crashing the line, crashing the edges off that right side. Most teams are crashing that right side off of Desmond Ritter to get him off of the spot and then force him to move around. And Desmond Ritter doesn't like to move. He can. It's the weirdest thing. He can, but he doesn't like to get off that first initial read and use his athleticism. You saw that back in playing against Alabama. Alabama did him the exact same for the game. They played off to see if he was be able to make the right throws. He made the throws, and what they did even in that game at Alabama, they started pressing the edge and started sending corners. Will Anderson off that right side, and then Georgia did the exact same thing. Georgia, they initially in the game against Georgia, they played him off for whatever reason. They played him off 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter they started taking all that. They start blitzing the right side, forcing him off that spot, and that's when Desmond Ritter, for whatever reason, a guy that can move around, when you force him to move, he doesn't react well as a passer. So a lot of these things as a quarterback coach, and that's just an offensive coordinator and a head coach, you can't develop a guy within the season, especially if he is the coach. All right. So Desmond Ritter needs to work on things, and he does have the potential, but if he can't learn how to get off of that first initial read, he's gonna have continuously have issues in the NFL. Quarterbacks have to have that ability to improvise, and right now, Desmond Ritter does not have that ability to improvise. To kind of put everything in short, he's not improvising. He's not being Michael Vick. He's not being Aaron Rodgers. He's not being Josh Allen. He's not being Patrick Mahomes. Most quarterbacks who are successful, Matt Ryan, they know how to buy time in the pocket. Tom Brady, even if he's slow, he know how to step to the side, step to the right, go back, go. Know when to step up. Desmond Ritter hasn't learned that art yet.
Hmm. Okay, okay. J Rock, now I know you sent me a video and everything, and I want to get your take on this topic before we go to coach. Um, what's your take on this, and what did you kind of like tell the fans what you saw in that video?
Honestly, I think I think me and Mike talked about it a little bit. It's just I think the concept of this offense might be too much for him, overwhelming. So putting it in the hands of like Taylor Heineke kind of looks a lot smoother, even though it looks the exact same thing of what they would run if Ritter was in the game. Based on what you saw last week, last week was like the most complete game I've ever seen this whole season, or we've ever looked this whole season. Like the offense was clicking, the defense was clicking, but as far as like the play calling, it looked exactly the same. I would say it just looked a lot much better. But I think the whole play calling concept does not work for this type of offense or whatever we're trying to do. So I think it falls on a lot on Arthur Smith scheme, which we have all talked about, but I think it's also deeper than that on who it's got to be like a battle between Arthur Smith and like Dave Ragone, because there's no way that our passing concept is like this complicated. Like I've never seen it this complicated before.
Yeah, it's kind of like the battle of two attitudes almost.
Egos, which we already know, but it's just
Now,
like
with
my
that
thing
being
is.
said, coach,
Go ahead.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Juan.
no, go ahead, Jarek, finish up.
No. Go ahead. Do your thing.
You can't hear me? Hold
Yeah,
up.
I can.
I can hear him.
Okay. Yeah, you got me now. All right. Okay. Now I was gonna say finish up, J Rock. What you saying? You was about to finish up what you were saying?
No, I just think the concepts are really poor. I think like it's an ego thing. I think we need to look at the whole principle of the whole situation. Yeah, it's Arthur Smith, running the calls, but I think there's the whole principle. There's somebody there's a communication issue somewhere where somebody's not getting the certain right play calls at the certain right time. It just looks. I just don't like the whole concept. Like based on what I've seen, Mike said it too. We've been running the same thing. That whole two wide receiver, and then everybody blocks. It's like it's the
But
same
that
concept.
right there, that's what I mean. Those everybody run those concepts. That's not foreign to the Atlanta Falcons, and that's what I mean by the quarterback. If you listen, Tom Brady talked about this. He's been saying this all year. All right. It doesn't matter what formation, because actually it's a lot easier for you to throw the ball when you in those tight formations to make a decision. Because one, you already know you got to throw a slant. When you got those big formations, you know you got to get most of those guys are up. And with the Falcons running game, there is space. The problem is that when you got a quarterback that doesn't know how to buy time and learn. See, the thing with Aaron Rodgers, what he does, they run the same thing. Every team run the same passing concepts. There's nothing different. Everybody runs the same concepts. But how you get guys open is the quarterback's ability to buy time to give him an extra second and a half so he can, you give a guy like George Pickens an extra second, he gonna eat a DB up. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't, especially with Kyle Pitts and Drake London, those guys being as big and athletic, that's much easier for them. Why? Because they're big targets. But when you have a quarterback that's stationary and he does not like getting off that spot, that's where the trouble is for this. He does not like getting off that spot, which intensifies and highlights the routes. The routes are there. There, you run those routes. If you look at a lot of Falcons routes, if you look at, they run the same, almost like a skinny post, drag route, and a slant. They run everybody run that. He runs it. He'll put two wide receivers, 2 by 2. You have two wide receivers, one and both of them be stacked. The thing is with that, what you're trying to do is get one of those safeties. That's what the video that you sent me, where he said right off the bat, where guys, they was in the cover one.
Yeah,
Most teams play the Falcons in cover 4 and quarters defense, which leaves the defense wide open. So when he goes to those 2 by 2 wide receiver and them stack receivers, what he's trying to do is get one of those safeties to come up so he
to bite
can
on it pretty
make
much.
those. So that's what it's doing. So it's not the fact that, all right, these concepts, a lot of the concepts and the spacing issue is because the quarterback doesn't know how to buy time and know how to create space with his foot. Because a quarterback can change an overload blitz, for example. If you have a blitz, you come off the right side. If you did that to Mike Vick and you miss, it's done. So a lot of times we be thinking the passing concept is an issue, but it's really the quarterback's fault. It's really the quarterback's fault if he continuously get hit the exact same way. And this has been the thing with Desmond Ritter. He's getting sacked the exact same. Anytime you see Desmond Ritter get sacked, he gets sacked because he refuses to come off of that spot. You never really see him get sacked on the side. He always gets sacked in the middle because he refuses to come off of that spot. That's what quarterbacks are supposed to do. Come off of a spot. He is reluctant to come off the spot. And when he's forced to come off that spot, that's when he makes those bad decisions. It's coming off that spot. The
So do you
quarterback
think it's
has
part
to
of him
be.
not trusting his line as
It's
much?
no, it's his inability. He doesn't trust his legs. So it highlights the passing concept that much more because he's always in that one spot. This is why people don't like a Dan Marino or a Tom Brady anymore. They want these because the defensive line have gotten more athletic. And then when you got these quarterbacks who don't move, you're not helping the wide receivers and the route concepts. The route concepts are direct. Is everything when you talk about the route concepts is based on protection. And each wide receiver, they know, all right, this is my assignment. But if it breaks off, he's supposed to come back, he's supposed to run this, or he's supposed to do that. Everything, those routes are based on what happens to the quarterback. So a lot of those things we think is passing concepts, and you can go back and watch. Actually, you can go watch. What's his name? The guy, JT O'Sullivan. He puts out stuff, and Kurt Warner. These are the things that he talks about the route concepts and coming back to the ball, helping your wide receivers. But that all that is based on what happens to that quarterback. So a lot of these issues, I just hate to say it, it's really just bad quarterback play. And it makes the coach concepts. We question the coach whether he can call pass, but it's really just based our quarterbacks are not helping our wide receivers. So I know I'm long on this, but you got to learn how to read a defense, learn how to improvise, learn how to do those trick to the trade. Because look, just go back and look at Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. You'll see exactly what I mean by that. They know how to get outside the pocket, and when they get outside the pocket, what they do? They wait a second or two. They don't try to run. They waiting for an opportunity. They waiting for a receiver to get open. So that's the art of the quarterback position that actually makes offensive coaches and the play call look better than what it is. This is the exact same thing that's happened in San Francisco. He's not a great quarterback, but he knows how to get out of a spot and move around where his receivers, all they got to do is go to the left, go to the right. Debo Samuel is great at that type of stuff. So I apologize, man, but like I said, it's our quarterback play in the NFL just has to get better. It's absolutely disgusting to see so many quarterbacks. They don't know how to improvise. They don't know how to improvise, and they don't know how to buy time with quarterback. So I'll shut up now. I love quarterback play. I apologize, but it's the quarterback fault. This is Desmond Ritter's fault. That's why we saw last week Taylor Heineke was doing those things. It's not that he was better or he's more talented than Ritter, but he knows how to do those little things, buying an extra second or two.
Oh, disappeared.
I don't know what one. I guess one of them rubbed some booties or something.
Whoa.
Nah,
Well,
nah, that's not it. That's not it. But coach, what's your take on that?
well, I came in on the end, but you guys talk about the concept. The concept is like Mike said. The concept is designed to make a defensive person get out of their spot. So once that person out their spot, that quarterback should already have a sense of what he needs to throw the ball. That's pretty much what the concept is. Just to get open to an open spot. So if the safety, like you said, if the safety moves, yes, something's gonna be open. You're trying to bring more people up, especially you trying to do a deep pass. You're trying to bring more people up closer to the box than you are to have them deeper. So if you can't get that guy to move, you have to do check down. But Ritter's problem is he tried to force it into some of these spots.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's his problem. However, another thing I noticed that he does is that he doesn't drop. If you're in a pistol or you're in a shotgun, you still get to get some depth.
Oh
He
my
doesn't
God,
get depth.
coach.
He stays stationary. Like Mike said, he doesn't in a shotgun, you're already 5 yards back, right? Give me another 2 yards. I'll give me
Mm-hmm.
something so you can see what's coming. Plus, he does not know how to read
Right,
pressure. He's terrible at reading pressure. He doesn't even call it out. Dude, he's finna blitz. You don't see him coming? Somebody see him coming. Like he finna get
Mm-hmm.
open. But he doesn't. And like I said, I don't think it's the part of the line that he doesn't trust the line. Like Mike said, man, he has to get better. And it comes with experience too, guys. We keep failing to realize he was pushed into his position. He doesn't want to be in right now. So he didn't get a chance to
right,
learn the nuances of trying to be that
right.
quarterback in a professional level. But people, he ain't ready.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't ready.
Yeah,
You can say he ain't
Y'all got
ready, but the kid does have talent, and I think he can be successful if he keeps working at it. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
and that's my take on this. Still like the
He
kid.
the thing people got to understand is, and Jew and Jew made a good point. Jew said development is paramount, but y'all got to understand he
Yeah.
still hasn't played 17 games. he, he's still short, but those things, the things we talking about, can be worked on. It's not like he's just dead in the water. And I've said this more times than not on shows. Quarterbacks carry either good habits or bad habits from college. Some you either amplify or you got to break. I said that about Bryce Young. I said it about any quarterback coming out of college. They have habits that are going to show up in the NFL. 9 times out of 10, they're going to have to learn from them. Desmond Ritter ain't no different. But that segues into the next topic right here that we got. It's going to be fun. I'm gonna let you take point on this one, J Rock. Is Desmond Ritter and Taylor Heineke a package deal for a new quarterback?
Mm, mm.
Because apparently, apparently, we put out a little experiment, and ESPN, Fox Sports, you're welcome, because we were the first ones, to speak on, Russell Wilson coming to the Atlanta Falcons. But it seems that everybody, right now is really pretty much done on this quarterback carousel. So we want to know:
You gonna
are
have some
they
more
are they a
tomorrow? Huh?
package deal in order to get another quarter? Yeah, are they are they a package deal to get the quarterback in here? So J Rock, yeah,
But
go ahead and
but
enter your
J
bill.
Rock who won who got me. So this J Rock. That's why I told J Rock who won. He the
Oh man, see,
Uh
look at the dirt cut over
a dirt cutter trying to.
oh.
He tried to
Go
kick
ahead,
him.
Mike. What were you saying?
Dirt, Dirt got him tied up now.
there. Dirk over there kicking over his internet.
My bad.
What'd you say, Mike? What was you saying?
I said J Rock who started all this. You know, everybody know not to send me no fucking film because I'll be on that bit for 20 hours looking at quarterback and defense. So the hell with you, J Rock. You
Look,
started all this.
I gotta send it to the right people. And I knew you was gonna be I knew you was gonna be the one to dissect that for hours. So I sent it to the right person. It's in good hands. Trust me. I know exactly what the hell I was doing.
Oh boy. But it'll be fine, man. Like I said, Arthur, a
Yeah,
lot of times these concepts ain't really the issue, man. It's really the quarterback. Like I said, the quarterback get paid $50 million for a reason. And it makes wide receivers look so much better. And then that's why you see guys like, AB and Julio Jones, these guys end up going down the drains because they don't have a quarterback that knows how to improvise the proper way. That's what the great quarterbacks know how to do. They know how to buy action. They know, like Coach was saying, they know how to read blitzes. They know how to move to the left because the blitz is coming. His thing, he just wants to stand in that spot and don't move. And it's the NFL has long past that.
Hmm.
You cannot stand in one spot in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you run a 4-6 or a 4-2. You cannot stand in one spot in the NFL anymore. And that's Desmond Ritter. Until he realized that he is pretty fast and he can move, he's going to always have this issue.
So for me, this is what I have to say on Desmond Ritter. I think the biggest issue for me is
Excuse me.
the fact that not only you practice this, everybody practices this in training camp wherever. Learn how to hold on to the goddamn ball. That's
Mm.
one issue
Oh
that
my
every team needs
God,
to work
bro.
on.
Woo,
Is
Lord.
here's my
He has
thing.
no.
Yes, the weather conditions can be ugly. You can fumble a snap, but doing it 2 or 3 times every single game, you practice that 24/7,
It
right?
wasn't raining in Tampa Bay.
It
It wasn't
wasn't.
raining in Tampa
he
Bay.
ain't focused. He's
So,
not focused. We talk about staying in the moment. He don't stay in the moment once he gets uncomfortable.
and number two, yes, we know he doesn't read defenses when before he hikes the ball. But my thing is, if you know you about to get blitzed, throw that damn ball away.
Just let it go.
Stop trying to
Mm-hmm.
save the play, right? You want to scramble, and then you want to run, but you don't want to run, but then you want to stop and think about it, and then you just wanted to say, "Here, what are you doing? Throw the ball away."
It's that's why I said if it's not that initial read or that initial thought, he doesn't do well with it. And like I said, I don't. That right there is a trait that's gonna get you out of NFL quick. So he has to
Right,
get better with that. He
Yeah.
right.
gotta work on, and
Throw the
it's an
ball
easy
away.
fix though. The thing is an easy fix, but you can't do it as a coach. You can't stop in the middle of the season and say, "All right, we're gonna develop Desmond Ritter." Why? Because he's the starting quarterback. So they had no choice but to go to Taylor Heineke because he know those things. He know how to step to the left. He know how to read the blitz. He know how to do those things. He know when to throw the ball away or check it down. There's no look. You don't have to call a play for Bijan Robinson. You don't have to call plays. He's a play himself just with his skill set. We saw this man check the ball down to Bijan like 7 times, and all on with check downs.
And exactly, and as long as Bijan can catch those, I don't know what it is, but every time
You're
Desmond
gonna
Ritter
get
try to
three to
do
four no
those,
matter
it
what.
never
He gonna
works.
get that. That's what Coach
Somebody,
was saying. He don't even
Mhm.
Desmond don't even think about it check down because he's thinking about that first initial read.
and
Trying to make a big
can,
play.
can I say
Mm-hmm.
one more thing? Can I say one more thing about Desmond Ritter too? Yes, we know that you can throw the ball, but there's sometimes you don't really have to beam the ball as you should every single play. Like we're not
Well,
playing darts here, right? You
baseball.
can
Right.
just easy do a toss like you did to Bijan when we were playing against
But
Oh my God.
Tampa when they went down. So like, oh no, I'm sorry, it was New Orleans.
you
Just do a little soft touch pass. Not every pass got to be a hot rocket.
Yeah, that one
well,
that one
here's the
against
problem.
in Tampa, that against Tampa, that made me so mad, bro. Bijan,
Here,
was it
here's
Tampa when he wide open and he missed a wide open Bijan Robinson? He could have walked in.
Yeah, it
yeah.
just eat. You don't gotta like. Here's my thing, and that's the
Here,
thing. I think when Bijan is ready for the ball, you can easily just do a little soft touch. He's gonna do the rest with his feet and or whatever. But my thing is, there's a difference
but
between
but
a
see,
touch pass
but see,
and a dart. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
got to dart at every play.
right. But see, the
But
problem is if you look at his mentality, and this is the same thing I was telling people when I brought up that Russell Wilson thing. This team is not built for where this team is not built for the quarterback to carry the team on his back. And because of the media, Ritter has listened to them to the point where he figures he has to be the savior instead of letting the pieces around him do the work for him. And
oh
that's what
my
I was
God,
telling
man.
people. That,
But
that's what I was telling people about Russ. A lot of people are up in arms that say, "Well, Russ is trash. Russ is this. Russ is that." I said, "You got to understand. You're looking at a man that had to carry teams on his back. When you
with
have
no
a
O
team
line.
that's trench centric, that's built like Jew talks about the trenches. When you have a team that's trench centric, the quarterback is just an addition. He's not the mainstay. So the team can carry itself. The quarterback just has to make sure he doesn't give the ball to the other team. And that's the part. And I'm telling everybody, get ready for this. The Falcons are going to have what you call a plug and play type team, where you can plug in a wide receiver, you can plug in a tight end, you can plug in, you know what I'm saying, a running back, you can plug in a quarterback. The trenches are what's going to win and lose the games. And Desmond Ritter is trying to be the savior on a trench centric team, and it's not working. So those little nuances that Mike, Coach, and J Rock are talking about, they get lost in translation because now, like K Style says, he's doing too much. You get
But
like,
I got a question.
and Taylor Heineke being a veteran, he understands. I'm gonna give it to Bijan, you do your job. I'm gonna give it to Johnu, you do your job. I'm gonna give it to Kyle Pitts, you do your job. I'm gonna trust that you're gonna do your job. I'm gonna get you the ball. That's all he has to do,
I
and
got a
that's and
question.
that's the problem. That's the problem. But go ahead, Coach.
Could that all been solved if he had a quarterback coach? Think about it. If he had a
Yeah.
quarterback coach, not an offensive coordinator who's doing
Uh,
more than one thing, if he had a quarterback coach, which we don't have one on this roster at all, I think I'm.
They have a quarterbacks coach, but he's not listed at, and that's the thing I was telling my once. Like I don't know if that's design, but it adds to the media and even the fans saying, "Yeah, see, he didn't even think this through. This is the reason why Desmond Ritter is struggling." You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a dumb decision not to actually list um a quarterbacks coach
It's one of those
because they
offensive
did it.
I mentioned.
They did it. Yeah, they did offense coordinator, and then you got two, three guys that
Offensive
you got
assistant.
two guys in Matt Schaub and TJ Yates who are actually quarterbacks, but you list those guys as different positions. So I think it just adds the fuel to the fire for fans and the media. It's like, see, this team dumb. They don't even have a quarterback coach, and then you see why Desmond Ritter is struggling because Dez is not doing the thing J Rock was saying, throwing a fucking ball 100 miles an hour when all he had to do is just float it out. Like, and he had need to learn how to step up in the pocket and know when the blitz is coming, so you can dodge that one guy, make a miss, and then hit Kyle Pitts in the middle of the field wide open. Like a lot of these plays has been really Desmond Ritter not reading the blitz. That's what a lot of it come down, not reading pressure.
That's
That's his
true.
biggest issue.
That is so
Mm,
true. I agree. 100%.
mm.
Damn, I hate talking about. I really don't like because I can get carried. I'm sorry, y'all. I can get carried away with quarterback. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. My bad.
Oh,
But look, you know what though? Like I said, and I'm gonna ask everybody this question to go with the topic. So, with with this right here, since most people want to know who would the Falcons get if we decided to, draft a quarterback or whatever the case may be.
somebody tomorrow.
Would Do you think Desmond Ritter and Taylor Heineke would be a package deal? Because now I'm gonna let y'all know something. To cut Taylor Heineke, that frees up about $10 or $11 million.
Only
Okay, and
six.
we talked about this in the chat. Oh, only six, coach?
Yeah, it's only six.
Okay, well, only six. Okay, so we talked about this in the chat because we were bringing up the fact of Russell Wilson. The reason why I say that because the man, he's a championship veteran, championship pedigree. He seen every defense in the league. He's played against every defense in the league more times than not. He has played in the West Coast system. Okay, he played under Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? Now he's playing under Broncos and whatnot. Who do you think would be the replacement, and what do you think they would do? Would they do a trade scenario, or would they try to get somebody in free agency? What are your thoughts about that?
I'm going first. I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow.
I'm J. Rod. You go ahead and take it first, man. Oh,
Really, coach?
go ahead, coach.
But no, I'm gonna just say there's if if they cut him, which they look like they trying to do, because they don't want to pay this man,
What?
I will pick him up. I'll just go out and get him. Here's 20 million, Russ, because
Mm-hmm.
he's probably not going to ask for the bag, but they already getting $49 million just for staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
So now he just made $69 million in that one
Right.
year. So, but that's what I would
$20
do.
million a year.
Yeah,
That's $100 million. You get signed him to a 4 year contract for $100 million. That's $20 million a
and
year and
guaranteed every half
guaranteed.
of it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I
Like
would do.
and like I said, his wife is home, and for
She,
one,
she don't want to be in Atlanta because everybody know her.
oh Lord, I mean, shit, it's too late for that shit. She done had 20 kids. It's too late for that. She
Well,
can't deny nothing now.
he got it locked down. He's fine with that. But
I'm just saying, coach, it's too late. Everybody know now. Shoot. When you got 5, 10 kids, it's too late to be trying to talk about. Oh, I'm a nice girl. No, you ain't. Not mine. We talking about coach. I can't stand you,
I ain't doing that. You said. I just said she don't want to be back home because everybody know her. Because she like cheers. Everybody knows your name.
coach.
Hey,
I'm not doing this with you.
So
everybody know your name.
yeah.
Everybody knows your name.
What you got, J Rock?
I think
Do,
I
do,
think
do,
Russ
do.
makes the most sense. We talked about this way a while back. How we used to talk about why why the Seattle Seahawks that nobody didn't want to see back in like 2010, 2012, why they were so good. Obviously, it was the
Mm,
running game, Marshawn, right? The that just chew up clock, right? We have a similar
Sherman
type
take.
of team. If you think about it, right? We have a Bijan, we have a Tyler Algier, and then we also have a Cordell Patterson. Russell doesn't have to do much here. We have a we don't have a Legion of Boom, but my
We have a
thing is
better line than they had in Seattle too.
we have a way better
Right.
line than Seattle, right?
So
Our defense may not be Legion of Boom, but it's still a top 10 defense. So really, you're gonna be in better hands as far as offensively. He doesn't really have to do much. So why not?
Nope.
It makes the most sense.
makes the most
And
sense. You're right.
so
Mm,
we have an equivalent, if not better, offensive team that he's ever going to be on. Yeah, and then another thing, he's a veteran. I think in this type of offense right now, and Arthur Smith is seeing it, and I'm sure he's probably, you know, drowning in his ego, right? He knew damn well that he needed a veteran in this type of
He
offense.
tried last year, but that didn't work out. That's
But here's
That
my
didn't.
thing.
It's his
Here's
fault.
my
That
thing.
like it's not.
That's
That's the
yeah.
thing.
It ain't the coach's fault. Yeah, it's
It's
his
really Mariota. Mariota
exactly.
quitting on us. He
Yep.
quit.
And here's my
Exactly.
thing.
He forced his hand. They did not have a choice
So
because
check
you
this
have a
out though.
plan to go out and buy all these defensive. They knew they was gonna spend money on the defense like that, and they was counting on Mariota
Mm-hmm.
to do his job, but he quit on them.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly what it
So
was.
just I said this last year on here. I said the real reason why Marcus Mariota is in here, we already know he's not going to be long term, but the main reason why he's here to show you what the offense is supposed to look like,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
almost if not at its full potential with the veteran like quarterback. He gave you
Mm-hmm.
that. He quit, just like we all just said just now. He quit, right? So we
right.
handed over to Desmond Ritter. This
Uh-huh.
man hasn't started a damn thing. So of course
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be overwhelmed by all this. So here we are again at square one. We put it into a veteran's hands,
Uh-huh.
Taylor Heineke, and now look at the offense. I think Arthur
Right.
Smith knows that he needs a veteran quarterback.
Tutelage.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond needs to sit more time
Tutelage. Yeah. Exactly.
to learn. He
Mm-hmm.
needs more time to
Uh-huh.
learn. He got it. Some games
Right.
he looks good. Some games he does. His Desmond Ritter best games is against has been against the Bucks. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
only one
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
You got to do that
Yeah.
all year round, Des. Can't just be good. But my thing is, he has it. I think he knows he has it because he's saying it in his conference. It's like, hey, yeah, y'all, I fucked up. All right, sit on it. Sit on it. We'll see you probably next year or whatever. But you're going to have to sit back and learn more. You've been out there, you've seen it. We've seen you know how to operate it, but it's like these mistakes is what's killing you. So sit back
Uh-huh.
again, bring in somebody like Russ that doesn't have to do much, right? And no offense, but it's just like, come on now, look who Russ is playing for. Do I need to say more? Come on,
Stanky
Oh, I'm
Payton.
glad you brought that in.
Bring
Hey, but I'm glad you brought that up
bring
because
him over to Atlanta, right?
uh-huh.
Like I said, he's gonna fit perfectly fine. He's a veteran, championship level veteran. He knows what to do. He doesn't have to do much over here. Easy.
Well, see, and I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people, yeah, they giving Sean Payton the business, but I told people from the beginning, Sean Payton wasn't once a Breeze esque type quarterback. Russell Wilson don't fit that bill. He
They the
wants a
same
young
height.
quarterback. He wants a
Lord.
young quarterback that he can mold. I promise you. I promise you. If he could pick the shortest quarterback in the draft, he would. He wants somebody he can mold to kind of give him that Breeze S type quarterback. That's what he wants. He did.
So
They went into it knowing that Russ and Sean Payton ain't gonna get along. They knew
so
that.
Kyler
They
Murray
knew
ain't
that
going to
going
Denver.
into it. But look, hey, I don't know. That's on them.
He can
If
mold.
they
He's
want to
young. He
do
can be
it,
molded.
you know what I'm saying?
He's
Yeah.
young.
I mean, but yeah, I'm on that. J Rock, I agree. He don't have to do much, but y'all people got to understand, and Terrence Masters has said this. What has Jesse Bates brought to this team? Championship pedigree, right? You see how he plays. You want those kind of players on this team, especially if you're trying to develop a quarterback. He's got to learn how to do stuff. Russ, from the teams Russ been on, he been improvising his whole career. Russ will run around in the backfield until a ghost of a player will get open and he'll throw the ball. But here he ain't got to do that.
See,
Yeah,
that's
and I think
He,
I still think to this day he throws the most prettiest deep balls
yes, he
ever.
does. He does. It's that baseball pass.
It's so
and now
it's like a rainbow. It's like
and y'all saw it,
and it's a soft.
and
You
y'all
feel that?
saw
It's
it
a
with
difference
Pitt.
on how you need to throw it.
Now
But
remember that pass from Heineke to Pitts. You saw what happened. Pitts is just like, oh, here come the ball. Bloop, thank you.
easy.
Pitts went. He
And,
went
and,
over
and you
here.
see, and
It
hey,
wasn't behind him.
did you see how that play came about? Right? Did you watch the video of how he got
Mhm.
so wide open? It was a corner. It was a corner route. They flooded. They had I think
Well,
it was Janu cut out.
they
Yeah.
play cover one, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
because they worried about the run, and that's why most teams when Desmond is in there, they play quarters because they know that he's not gonna try to fit the ball in certain spots. He's gonna
right.
make
In
one
those
read.
zones, right.
hmm So a lot of time people say, "Well, he ain't calling." Well, you call them corner routes because they playing either cover two or they playing cover one. You don't run that. You don't run a cover. You don't run a corner route in quarter against a quarters defense. Like that's pointless. So you want to run a lot of big routes when they playing those quarter routes like that.
Let
So
me ask
anytime you
y'all
do that,
something. Let me ask y'all
Mhm.
something. I feel like I've been seeing this almost every single game, or even this has been probably going on all season. We just probably don't notice. But I think every week I've been seeing Pitts get somehow wide open for some reason, whereas it's almost like a free score. Because I believe the
Mm-hmm.
game before that when Ritter was in the game, didn't he throw a pass to a wide open Pitts?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yes, because he actually running his routes now.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
He's
okay.
Yeah, yeah, he's actually running his routes now. Like
Yeah.
the thing is with Pitts, and maybe they had to do it to whether or not Dez was he feels in his head that Dez is that guy. But I think it comes down to Pitts is the type of guy. If he know he plays better when he has a leader, when he's told. He's not a leader. He's
mm-hmm.
not an alpha male when it comes down to his personality. He needs to be told what to do in order to get the best out of him.
Mm-hmm. He's a follower.
And two, if you look at a lot of the defensive coordinators' moves, if you watch that, when they know, I've said this, and you can go back and watch some of the film on the games. When they know coming out of the gate that Bijan is going to get most of the ball, most of the touches, people like Johnu Smith, people like Kyle Pitts, people like Drake London, they tend to leave them with lax coverage. And that's what gets them in the end. Because when they know Bijan or Tyler Algier or CP is on the field, they know them two guys and that touchdown, he ran his route, but they did, yeah, oh well, they think Pitts because of where Pitts was, oh well, he ain't gonna catch the ball, he gonna drop it. They left him, and the Falcons capitalized on it. So if you notice, watch how watch how the Falcons come out. Sometimes we say it in the press, oh, such and such. Oh yeah, well, Bijan's going to get the ball. Normally, when you say that in the press, the defense is now okay. Yeah, we gonna make sure we shut Bijan down, and they kind of oblivious to everybody else. It's like, we don't worry about everybody else. We just got to make sure Bijan don't get it. Or or they know,
Hmm.
well, you don't want Bijan and Tyler Algier to get it in the game because they know up front you're gonna. But Drake and Pitts, it's like, you leaving us open. And the minute you throw the ball up, it's like, oh, well, where did they come from? Oh, now we gotta now they in the game. Oh, now we gotta defend them. Because you'll have maybe like what, one corner, maybe a safety on them at best.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say you lead with the run game, but you sprinkle in the passing game because 90% of the time your perimeter players aren't being covered that heavy. And them one-on-one matchups is devastating, especially when they run their routes correctly and execute. The one-on-one matches are devastating. But now we're gonna go into this last topic here, and we'll after this we'll wind it down. Defense, defense,
Hmm.
defense. Can the Falcons hold the Bears to just field goals? And yes, it's a play on words. Y'all can take either way y'all want it. But coach, what you think about this one right
We have to stop that run game.
here?
If we can make force Fields just to pass the ball and control that run game, yeah, we'd be okay. Stop the run game because they have a strong run game. You can't deny they have a very strong run game, and we've been doing pretty good over the last couple of weeks. I think with a couple of weeks ago was the worst run game we ever had this year. So I just say just control the what's going. And
Yeah.
they're gonna have DJ Moore. I'm not sure how hefty he's gonna be, but do like we did Mike Evans, shut his ass down too. So simple as that.
Yes.
So
Hey, J Rock, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I'm with Coach on this. Even though to me their defense is, I mean, not
mm,
their defense, their rushing attack is not that crazy because their leading rusher is Justin Fields. So if you just
yeah,
stop
which is crazy.
Justin
Yeah,
Fields,
Oh boy.
then what else do they have, right?
over the last 5 games, Herbert he's doing that's what I'm saying. The last 5 games since
But
Khalil's been
if,
in there.
if
So
if
yeah,
you shut the main person down,
yeah, you shut him
then
down.
it's just like, then what?
Yeah,
Because it seems like to me, just like how we played them before, if you take out Justin Fields
force him
out
to
the
the run.
game, not trying to say like, oh, we're trying to take him out the game, but it's like
I
if
am
he
not just man.
Oh, coach,
if
that's so
coach is like,
saintish.
take him out.
Yeah.
That's so saintish.
But
You
here's my
can't
thing:
take those.
if if you
The
if
Saints did it.
if Justin Fields
Uh-oh.
is not really a factor in this game,
Yeah, it's gonna hurt him.
then you're gonna force him to pass the ball, and the only person he has is DJ. So it's
DJ.
like you got to shut down the main source of the weapon, which is he does it all, and just like he did when he came to Atlanta before. I mean, he was doing it all, and then it's like, uh, it- dude, like that defense then compared to now.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god.
we
Yeah.
definitely gonna stop that run. So you better pass.
And look, I'm
He
just
gonna
gonna
go
say it like
home,
this
take
before
his
I go to
football
Mike.
home.
Look. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Please do not sleep on Unc Calais, because I seen this grown man grab a grown man, a defense. He grabbed a grown man and drug him with him to sack the quarterback at the same damn time.
Well,
I've never.
hey, little Justin. Hey,
I ain't
little
like.
Justin.
I just come on. Let me show you how to sack your own quarterback. Okay,
Come here,
come
little
on.
Justin.
Let's go ahead. Yeah.
We going to the
I
varsity after this, man.
and
Let me take you out
I'm
there.
just saying, man. And K Nellis is on a mission to, and he on a mission to get everybody. He not playing. K Nellis is not playing. He don't care who it is. He coming to get you. So, but we're going to have to play disciplined defense because coach made a very good point. If you get too aggressive, Justin Fields will run around you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you got this man in the backfield running like a chicken with his head cut off, he'll get past you.
Can't let him
You're
spin on you.
going you're
He
gonna
had
have
the dangerous ass spin. So you
I
better have
feel
your
like all we really need to do is contain. But my thing is the defense that we have now compared to when he came to Atlanta is a
right.
total different beast,
Yeah. But
and
we just
it's
gotta be okay, I'm sorry, go ahead, Gerard. So
it's too many veterans on this
that's
defense, and they
true.
know better. I think so far my favorite defensive player for this team is probably Bud Dupree, and people don't.
Ooh.
And here's why.
He's been solid.
My thing is, and I said this in the Carolina game, like even though like we barely lost that, y'all realize he didn't play that game,
Hmm.
and he was surely missed because not only does he set the run, he can definitely contain you too. So
Yeah.
he's just I ain't gonna say like he's old Bud Dupree, but like he be showing some flashes.
That is kind of
And
true.
if I'm not correct, he might be number two leading in sacks on our team right
He's
now.
he's he's number three now. Him and what's called a tie. Him and Calais are tied, I think.
Him and Calais are tied.
I
Who's
think.
leading? Is it AK?
AK. Well, Glock 17. Yeah, Glock 17. Yeah.
Glock
Yeah.
Glock
We had to
17.
change the name. He got rid of that
Look.
47.
I call Bud Dupree Mister Line of Scrimmage because he
I just
will get
That's a
you
good point.
before you get going. That's
Yeah.
Bud is Mister Line of Scrimmage because every play I done seen Bud, he get you before you get going.
J Rock, you just made a point. I didn't think about it, what you just said. Bud Dupree nor Onyemata played in those games, those two inside games.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah,
I,
that
I
was like
just thought about that.
they were. That's was like when that Carolina game he was
And
missed
Bud was
for
in that
sure.
second game against Tampa, he was limited.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't think about that.
and I
Yeah.
think I really think Bud is
Yeah.
probably like one of my favorite
Now,
additions to this team.
and you know what's funny? If we are able to force Justin Fields to throw the ball, Bates the third is lurking.
CP3 gets his first.
That whoo Clark Phillips, yeah, Mr. Clark ain't playing with you either.
He
That
would
young
get
man
his
is hungry.
first
They're
interception this
waiting.
game.
Yeah, 'cause
He would get his
Field
first
does.
interception.
He tries those corners. He tries
Yeah.
those
He
corners.
would get his
He
first
love to try
interception this
corners.
game. I'm calling pick six. You heard it from me. CP3. He would get his first interception. It'll be a pick six. A damn
Mhm.
close one. So I can see it. Justin Fields, like you said, he tries new people. He loves trying new people.
So
Mm-hmm.
so Mike, what's your take on this? Because I know you probably got a couple people in mind as well. That's oh, Jew hit a good point too. Jew said, think about this defense with Grady and Troy Anderson next season. Good night above.
I mean, we win at
Oh,
least 4 games that we lost this year if Grady was here.
That's good.
yes.
I mean, just let's be real. If
That
Grady's here for these last games, we win these games because our thing is
We
we
had no
couldn't
depth.
get pressure at the right time.
Yeah, that's true.
So
the
we had to do
Panthers
things
game
like
don't
blitz.
happen. That Panther game don't happen. I'm gonna tell you that Panther
Mm-mm.
win don't
And it
happen.
don't happen if
It
Grady.
don't
So
happen.
Grady has been a huge.
Neither
Grady's has
that Cardinal game
been
either.
yeah, it's a huge loss.
That's the game he went out the
That
Cardinals game.
Cardinals, yeah,
He didn't even
yeah,
start the
that don't
game.
happen if Grady there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm,
But my guy that I'm looking at for this game is probably um I'm gonna say Caden Ellis, man. I think they're gonna use those edge guys to kind of bring some corners, some safety blitzes off the edge because um he definitely
Zone
likes to
blitzes.
run. Mm-hmm.
Zone,
It's gonna
yeah.
see a few zone blitzes too. They're gonna have a lot of those. I mean, we already run a lot of those anyway, but I think you're gonna see a lot more being that Fields is terrible at reading, recognizing blitzes himself, and going through his progressions. And he like Coach said, he like to try his corners.
mm,
Hmm. I'm just looking forward to it.
mm, 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 mm. Yeah, but I will say, based on however the weather goes down, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is definitely a Tyler Algier, Cordero Patterson game on offense.
Hmm.
Bijan will be sprinkled in because he likes to skip across the field when he runs and cuts. So depending on the kind of weather we got, but like I said, this is going to be a heavy dose of a run game. But that defense is going to set the tone. Defense is going to have to set the tone. So fellas, before we wind it down, because we can get to the hour mark, do you think in this game right here, Taylor Heineke's veteran veteran presence is going to be this is going to be utilizing to help the offense.
Absolutely. I think he's already made Bijan a better weapon because he's willing to throw the ball to him. It's like that's the thing with this offense. That's why I said you don't really have to call plays for Bijan. He's a play in itself. It's like if you call in a pass play and it don't work, don't look. If you don't feel comfortable as a quarterback making a certain throw, my like my thing is just check it down to Bijan. It's just like AK with Alvin Kamara. Um, with him, they'll play in itself. So it's like even if it doesn't work, if you're not feeling comfortable with it, check it down to Bijan. He can make guys miss and get you 5 yards in the first down. And the way that your boy Drake is playing right now, man, he playing out of his mind. It look like it look like he's finally found himself as a receiver. And he knows how to use his body, use his athleticism. So he's found himself. So it's like you got those two playing and you got a quarterback that knows how to get pits the ball, in particular in the middle of the field. He knows those tricks of the trade, the step to the right, step to the left, and get pits open. Because that's the thing with Kansas City. Everybody think that uh, he's such a great route runner. Kelsey is. It's like no, he's an okay route runner, but the thing is Patrick Mahomes knows the tricks of the trade to get him an extra step. Those are the things the quarterback need to do, and that, like I said, that's something that has to be learned. You can't teach that.
Drake needs one. Drake needs 192 to get to a grand.
Okay. Cool.
He got 2 games to do that.
Oh yeah, they definitely going.
Mm, mm.
Bijan needs 120.
Yeah,
Is it 127
He can
to
get
get to a
that.
grand? Yeah, I think he'll get
hmm
that. It wouldn't surprise me to
yeah.
get it this game.
He gonna get
hmm
he gonna get that he gonna get that without even thinking about it.
And Tyler
But
needs
look,
100
man.
to get to 800 at least. So
800. Ooh.
See, woo.
yeah,
So look, man, we're gonna get ready to wind it down. Like I said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, supporting the channel, you know what I'm saying, this being my second channel or whatnot. But also, man, I want to thank my brother J Rock for joining in, man. Like you said, you guys make sure you go check him out on Twitch. Like I said, the game reviews, bruh, they are entertaining. I'm telling you, he'll have you on the floor rolling. Also, man, like I said, he's also in the Discord, so make sure you keep up with that. Also, make sure you guys do not forget to check out Coach Saturday morning on the bird feeder. Coach, you gonna be able to do the bird feeder on
I
tomorrow
am.
morning?
I am. I am. I am. I'll be on in the morning,
Oh,
11 o'clock
oh,
East Coast time. So check me out. The link. Well, the show is already put on there. I'm just got to finish some prep stuff tonight. So, but yeah, I'll be ready.
okay. Okay. And Mike, like I said, do him a favor, drop or J Rock, drop the link in the chat so everybody can go check out J Rock and everything. But look, man, listen, thank you guys for tuning in. ATL Sports Endgame, where we ask you guys, what's the end game? We're here to seek the truth and make a difference. Man, y'all have y'all evenings back. Be safe. We out of here. Till next time. Peace.
Mercy. Yeah.
Time to get some ice cream.
Uh, And then with the ice cream.